Hello, class. Happy Sunday. I just want to start off by saying thank you for a wonderful week of discussion as well as a wonderful class. Um, it was evident from the discussion boards this week that many of you personally were impacted or were personally impacted by Act 10 or are currently impacted by collective bargaining, whether it's in Wisconsin or another state. And hence, it's really not surprising that you hold strong opinions about this. I very much appreciate the willingness of many of you to argue about Act 10 and about collective bargaining and about the management impacts. And I say that because it was a constructive discussion, which is not always an easy thing to do when we are personally affected or hold very strong opinions about an issue that impacts our livelihood and our day-to-day jobs. So thank you for that. I think the main takeaway here is that the long-term legacy of Act 10 is not yet clear. Certainly, part of it is politics. Certainly, part of it is management, and I think that many of you shared great examples of why that is the case. But it might take a generational shift for us to really understand what this fundamental redefinition of the relationship between public sector employee and public sector management really means. We do know that it's bringing practical challenges, such as teacher free agency was brought up, the issue of respect for the public sector and the extent to which um, talented undergraduates are going to want to go into public sector work, and part of this may be may simply be what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh, I'm sorry, the lack of respect that was perceived by many during the Act 10 debate. But regardless, I thank you. I think that was a wonderful discussion, and I appreciate you sharing your thoughts. So, a couple housekeeping things. This is our last week. We're done. Hopefully, you enjoyed the class. Quick reminder that today, August 5th, by the end of the day, 11:59, you need to have your final paper in, so I can give it a grade. I will give those a look starting tomorrow, and we'll get those graded promptly. I very much look forward to it, and just want to go over really quickly what the objectives of this class were. It was to give you an intellectual foundation by which to analyze state and local government policies. So I wanted to share with you the relationship between goals of state and local government, um, the budget process, including concepts such as tax-based equalization and shared revenue, the evolution of federalism in the United States, and some of the ongoing public policy debates, both in Wisconsin but also in the United States. And though I know that a lot of this class has an emphasis on Wisconsin, seeing as this is a program based in Wisconsin, I do understand that we have students from other states, and I do hope that these concepts translated well, because I assure you, these fundamental topics we discussed, these policy areas, so the relationship between state and local government conflict, federalism, urban politics and policy, local politics and policy, so all the Paul Peterson stuff, health policy, K-12 education, higher education, collective bargaining and public employees. These are all issues that are impacting state and local government across the United States, and these are all things that are changing. And in many ways, states can be laboratories for these policy innovations in these areas. And I hope that that was one lesson that came across, and I do hope that you enjoyed the readings. I know that many of you posted about both the Bowman and Kearney and the Peterson book, but I also hope you enjoyed the source documents. I know that Legislative Fiscal Bureau information reports, can be a little dry sometimes, but having the ability to navigate those source documents is so important for both understanding policies, understanding the budget process, understanding the impact of policy changes on the fiscal and management reality in your municipality, your department, wherever it is you happen to work. But it's also a way to get you ahead career-wise, because a lot of people are intimidated by source documents, and understanding how to navigate them can help you be the person that answers those questions that are often seem to be unanswerable. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the class. I very much enjoyed it, as I always do, and I look forward to seeing many of you in budgeting this fall. And if not this fall, I'm sure I'll see many of you in methods or the capstone in the spring. So have a great rest of the summer, and I look forward to reading your final papers. Thank you.